Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and on today's episode of Sassino Gaming, I will be talking about Patch Notes Update 32. In this update, it was leaked on, well not really leaked, it was posted on the ESO forums from ZOS. This is the combat previews. These things can happen to change. This is stuff they are implementing into the PTS server currently for the combat preview, so these things can be set to change. So the information they were given is their main goal in this update is to balance proc sets because they have been dominating PvP. With this change, proc sets will now be delayed and activating from each other, making it unable to stack for those big unhealable situations. Now this will also affect PvE, but I believe not as much because proc sets delay will implemented in PvE aren't so much of a big deal. Like, a lot of us use other things, at least I do. I'll use one proc set and then something that significantly increases spell crit or spell damage. So I don't have a big idea of proc sets in PvE situations. But other changes coming are now they are focusing more on a hybrid build, allowing sets that offer weapon damage now offer spell damage. This includes spell crit and weapon crit along with spell penetration and weapon penetration. So if a set offers that one currently, after update 32, it's going to offer both. Right. Now let's talk about Deadlands Dlc. With the new zone comes new sets. There will be 3 new mythic items which you can find using the Antiquity skill line, which is unlocked in Western Skyrim. With update 32, completing the sticker book should become easier. The source of loot stays the same, but increased chance to drop non-collected is improved. So if you have trouble collecting items, this is a great way to go about it. Is with this update, makes it a lot easier. Your sticker book is what I always call it. The sticker book, it'll be filled. The book that holds all the items, sets that you pick up. That's what I refer to as a sticker book. It'll be easier to fill that, complete it, and actually continue on with your journey. And if you ever want to go back and just test sets, so you can go grab a set piece from here, there, whatever, be less transmute crystals. The 3 new mythic items I haven't looked into. I know there's 3 coming. I haven't looked at any of the new sets the zone will bring yet. But as always, new zone, new sets, new things to uncover. So now I'm going to move on to what I believe is going to make most console players really ecstatic to hear. I'm happy to announce for console players is the build saving / swap. For PC, we've had been using add-ons for years, like Dressing Room, to handle our quick changes. But with this, it will surely help console players freely switch gear and skills to suit different playstyles on one character. The Armory is a free furnishing item that will allow the build customizations. The downside is you can only get 2 free build slots per character, which if you want more, you have to buy the slots. They only come per character, not per account, which could make this stupidly expensive, depending on what currency, gold or crowns, whatever you have to use. But with the build, it saves gear, skills, champion points, quick slots, attribute points, outfits, and curses, vampire or werewolf, which is very nice to have, so meaning you could switch between the two, and even make yourself probably mortal if you wanted to again. The downside I see is the fact if you want to be able to switch on the fly, you have to get the Armory assistance, which I believe will be in the crown store that you have to buy. So most likely expected to be the same price as Bankers and Merchant, 5,000 crowns, unless it goes on sale. But also, even as a PC player, this could become beneficial because of the champion points, attribute points, and those things that are saved. The downside is Mundus stones you have to manually change still. So that could be one thing you have to remember yourself. Hey, this build requires the thief, or this build requires the lord, and so on and so forth. Also, with you not being able to change on the fly, you always have to go back to your house. As a casual or a new player, that could be a little daunting. Like, hey, I got access to all these builds, but I can't use them on the fly. I can't change them at need be. Because the penalty is you can't change sets through the armor or when you're in vet arenas, vet trials, and PvP area. That's the downside. But overall, I think this will help the console players. Now I'm going to go over the last thing I'm going to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump into that. As for the last thing, let's go over life-changing, quality of life changers that is coming. So dark anchors and obelisk geysers will now show on the map whether they are active or inactive, just like dragons and hairstorms will be. So I suggest that it'll be the same icon with the cross swords. You can now toggle combat music between play only in boss fights, never play combat music, or always play when in combat, which is kind of nice to have. And the biggest, and the thing I'm happy, it took them 6 years to actually finally do this, but in-game mail delivery is now instant. You will no longer have to travel to a different zone in order to receive items you bought from a guild trader, which, thank God, I have bought so many motifs double by accident because of this. It's nice to have this finally. Took them 6 years. In-game mail delivery will now be instant. That's just ecstatic. But with all this said and done, thank you guys for watching. I wanted to keep this short, simple, and sweet, and I hope I do so to your liking. I hope you found this video entertaining. And if you did, and there's stuff you missed, you can just rewind. I would pull the snippets out long enough to show you where I got my information from. Pause, and you can read yourself, or you can simply just look it up. I'll leave the link to my articles below in the description. You can check them there. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, subscribe for more content, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a great day.